What's up? I'm NYJohn. I'll be casting this matchup of the Fnatic Raidcall Cup number 5 between VP and Team Omega. We watched VP dominate in the first game. This is now the second round of the Cup, and we'll see if anything changes. Picks are already coming out as the bans have already finished for the first stage, and then I'll read over what has been taken out of the pool. The Radiant team has taken out Lycan, Chen, and Darkseer. They let Darkseer go through last time, changed their mind this time around. Meanwhile, the Dire team take out Morphling, Rubik, and Brewmaster, so some unique bans that allow some interesting heroes into play, which we already see selected up. Omega has picked Invoker with their first pick. Meanwhile, the Radiant team had picked up Broodmother and Nature's Prophet, so two very strong heroes, a lot of pushing potential. We'll see what they can do with them. Sand King is the immediate response to the Broodmother pick, so the Dire have gotten themselves a nice counter to try and cope with that Broodmother pretty effectively. And now their second pick and the last pick before the second stage of ban will be Tidehunter. So two actual nice counters to the Broodmother. We'll see what they want to try and match up against her. And then the Leshrac pick is going to be the last one by VP before we go into the ban. So they left a lot of pushing prowess on the table for VP. So VP are going to be very aggressive in this one. You have to assume they're going to be looking for even more aggressive heroes with their later picks. And perhaps another support or jungler to try and set that up. So we'll see if Omega want to take out the junglers. Enchantress still in the pool as well as Enigma. Could be two valid choices. They're going to take out Shaker first. So one of the supports that definitely pretty powerful in the early game. Now VP with their fourth ban. They're going to take out Chaos Knight. So they don't want to give the opposing team a very strong aggressive early hero that could potentially ruin their start. Final ban coming out from Omega. It will be. I still think they have to take on Enchantress. I think that'll probably be one of the better choices for them. If VP get an Enchantress and run an aggressive tri-lane on the back end of this, have Nature's Prophet rotate into that, let Broodmother do her thing on the other lane, they could definitely wreak a lot of havoc. What are they going to select here? Once again, I'm NYJohn. This is the Fnatic Raidcall Dota 2 Cup number 5. I'll be casting a bunch of matches all day. I already casted VP once, so this is my second match, and that reminds me I have to update something. Thanks for tuning in. And the final bans are going to be Puck as well as Venomancer. I didn't see the Puck ban coming, but Venomancer makes a lot of sense if you want to take away a strong laning phase, and it looks like Omega are going to respond with a Vengeful pick. So want to get that strong single target stun as well as increase their minus armor. Now they have Gush, Vengeful Spirit with her Shout or whatever it's called, and an Invoker with the Forge Spirits, of course. So a lot of minus armor available for Omega. They're setting themselves up for a nice carry. Who do they want to pick up with that last choice? We'll see in a little while. But first, the pick for VP, and I still think a jungler probably would make them very powerful. They can put an aggressive tri-lane on the bottom if they wanted to, and let Broodmother farm that safe solo on the top. And they're taking their time on this one. Going to reserve time is going to be Sven. So he would definitely work in an aggressive tri-lane if that's what they want to go for. And then the final pick coming out from Omega. Excuse me for one moment. I'll be right back.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Sorry about that. Someone left an alarm clock on in my house, and of course that's really, really annoying. We see Weaver come out, so they're going to add even more to the minus armor department. And it looks like the strategy from Omega has become very clear. They want to drain the armor and take them down with those right clicks. So Invoker probably going to go for an Exhort build if I had to guess. They have pretty good setup with that Sand stun. Would work very well. And the final pick coming out from Team Virtus Pro. What do they want? Do they want that jungler that I've been begging for?
10 seconds remaining.
And it's going to be Enchantress, so cheers to an aggressive tri-lane, or at least that's what it looks like. Leshrac, Sven, and Enchantress on the bottom lane. Nature's Prophet in the middle, and Broodmother solo at the top. Or excuse me, they're the Radiant team, so the opposite. And we'll see if they actually go with it. It's going to be difficult for the Dire team to deal with. They do have pretty good early game heroes. Vengeful, of course, pretty good. Tide definitely offers a strong outlook on himself as well. And Weaver pretty hard to take down. So we're about to get going. Thank you for tuning in. Fnatic Raidcall Cup number 5. And I think he wants my link. And here we go. I'll go over the teams. Omega, we have Respect playing Vengeful Spirit. We have VIPs playing Sand King. Deimos playing the Tidehunter. Windara playing Invoker. And MacD's playing Weaver. So that's going to be the Dire team. For VP, we have NS on the Sven. Can't Defeat Airman's going to be playing Leshrac. We have Rav War on Enchantress. Wolfgang on the Broodmother. And rounding up the lineup, it's going to be McDeath on Nature's Prophet. Ward going up pretty early from VP. A lot of newer players question why you'd want to waste the duration, but this will allow them to see any movement early on and perhaps even ward placement by the enemy team. So it definitely has utility to it. Now we see Windara is going to be matched up in that middle lane. They're going to rotate towards the bottom as a 3-man squad. They're going to run an aggressive tri-lane of their own. This is probably just for the onset, and they're going to try and roam these heroes because, of course, Weaver can handle herself pretty well alone in the lane. Do they have any invis detection to try and cope with the Broodmother, or do they not expect to find her down here? It looks like they don't have any sentries available, so definitely could be difficult for them to try and take her down. And with an aggressive tri-lane, of course, you need the kills to really pay dividends on the lane. The middle matchup is going to be crucial. Invoker versus Nature's Prophet. Invoker's going to have to make the most out of this farm because you expect to see this Prophet move pretty early on. And Windara does decide to go for the Exhort build, and we have a pause coming out momentarily, it looks like. It's going to be a pause for Team Omega. Hopefully it won't last too long. They're saying 1 second, so shouldn't be bad. And this tri-lane is going to be so hard to cope with the Edict as well as the Enchantress Creeps. They're going to be able to push this tower pretty easily. Without invis detection on the bottom lane, there's not much they're going to be able to do about this Broodmother. Even though I can't see his web right now. I imagine it's right here, but for some reason during the pause, I cannot view it. The question is, what server is this? Whoops. That's a little bit of a spasm. I'm at 101. That's going to be 247 and 270 for 2 players on Omega. So a little bit of lag coming out from them. That being said, they still have Windara and Deimos doing pretty well on ping. So some of them okay with it, some of them not so. The pause, resume, pause. Someone's still missing from the Radiant team. Thanks for tuning in. I'm NYJohn. This is the Fnatic Raidcall Cup number 5. Presented, of course, by Fnatic. Sponsored by Raidcall. Check them out. Their website. Like them on Facebook. All that jazz. Hopefully we're only moments away from getting back into the action here. Want to see how this aggressive tri-lane is going to do. They are up against the Sand King, so he's kind of difficult to take down, but with the split earth, I don't think it's going to be too much of a hassle. And they already have an aggressive ward up as well. There's an aggressive ward up from the Dire, but it's in a little bit of a different position. Perhaps they expected Enchantress to be in this jungle initially, so they wanted to put it out in the more jungle area as opposed to in the lane. And they also want to try and block off this spawn, but little did they know that they were going to be up against Broodmother, and there was going to be no threat of really pulling the creeps in the lane, so a little bit of an unnecessary spot. Could have put it back here and then maybe had more prowess in trying to dive on this Broodmother. McDeath is going to be a little bit behind in terms of damage because of this early Exort build in the middle lane, so we'll see how he's able to do in last hits. It looks like his pace right now, we've only seen 2 creeps, of course, so I'm stretching here, but if he does keep up with him, Invoker needs to CS very well to make this successful for his team. This is the second round of the Cup, so it's a winner-take-all $500 prize pool, which is pretty awesome because it's a 2-day Cup, so $500 in 2 days, not bad at all things considered. Definitely would take it for myself if I could man up and find a team. I believe they allowed 128 entries, so they didn't fill all 128 spots, so there's some buys in the first round dished out, but we're in the second round now and quickly progressing as VP took down their first opponent pretty decisively in about 21 minutes. And VP have to be the favorites still in this one. Omega team I haven't really heard of. Hopefully they can surprise us and have something going on here. With all this minus armor, I'm a little bit surprised myself they didn't try and go for like a level 1 Roche or something crazy like that. And what is this called? Wave of Terror. So definitely forgot the name of that skill. And thanks for tuning in. I am NYJohn. And if you like my cast, you can check out the VODs. That'll be later uploaded on my YouTube. www.youtube.com/NYJohnTV. Hopefully this pause doesn't last much longer. I guess while I have time, I'll plug the site I usually cast for, gofordota.com. You can check them out as well. We have weekly cups, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll definitely be casting the Friday Cup this week. I'm not sure. Definitely not Saturday. And Sunday, who knows. But here we go. We're about to get right back into it. And Leshrac on the top lane. They're still only level 1, but they're keeping Sanking all the way out of range of experience. So definitely a good effort thus far. And they pick up a Wildkin. So wow, that is very unfortunate as he can go ahead, spam that up, and definitely ward off Sanking. Sanking looking to rotate. He might even go all the way down to the bottom lane or team up a middle lane. Interesting option for Sanking. He's actually just going to chill though. And this tower's going to be taken down very quickly if they don't put someone back up here. VS rotating as well. And Tide, but all going in a little bit of a different path. So I'm not sure what Omega have in mind. Now it's going to be TP up. Look at the tower though. It's already taking damage early on. MacDees is going to come up here, get hit by the Split Earth, and they're going to pop down an Invis Ward and be able to take him out. First blood for VP on the top lane. And easy peasy for them. TP'd in right on top of that Split Earth stun. And they're able to secure that kill right off the bat. Rav War ready with that Sentry Ward. And now Respect coming in, but he has to be careful as this tier 1 is already going to drop. He is countering the ward though. Or it's in tower range, so they're able to take it down. And this tower is going to go down. Demois is here as well, so there are 2 here from the Dire team, but they cannot stop them from taking the first tower within 2 minutes. So VP getting off to the start they were looking for. And now bottom is a 1v1 VIPs versus Wolfgang. And this is the matchup they were looking for at the onset of the match, but they couldn't find as it was an aggressive tri-lane, like we talked about during the picking phase. Top lane now is going to be a little problematic, though, as they can try and be aggressive and jump on anyone they want. They have a better lane in terms of stuns, and here it goes. They're going to chain it up. MacDees plus Respect both going to be in trouble. They're going to be able to take down VS pretty easily. And now Demois trying to retreat out of here, but he's going to hit full damage from Edict. He's already taken down very low. This could be the 3rd kill of the game, and down he goes. Another kill for Leshrac. Already 2-0-1. We're within 3 minutes of the game, and MacDees just trying to get out of there with his life. And VP really working wonders. An aggressive tri-lane that definitely outmatches that which Omega can put against them. And of course, with the factor of Nature's Prophet being on your squad and him being able to come in and join the effort whenever he wants, it makes it that much more menacing and scary. The tri-lane is up here. They're going to contest this and try and deny them from putting too much damage on this tier 2 tower. It looks like nice deny on top of the Ursa creep. Bottom lane, we'll check out how they're doing. Brood is up 14-3. Sanking is only 5-0. So lane going in favor of Brood, and this is exactly what Omega wanted to avoid, allowing Brood to get the better end of the farm, as well as the aggressive tri-lane to take down an early tower and get a bunch of kills on the back end of it. McDeath sitting on 1,200 gold, probably going for that Midas. He'll be able to have that in about 700 gold or so. And that'll be a huge pickup for him because it's even more farm coming the way of this VP lineup. And now a stun comes out on Demois as well as Respect. They're going to chain it up. A Sunstrike's coming in though from the middle lane. And NS going to drop a little bit low. Can they finish him off? 2 more hits. 1 more hit should take him out. No, he gets healed up by the charge. And now Demois is taking a lot of damage. He gets netted up by the Enchantress creep. 2 more autos from McDeath will take him down, but he cancels and loses it. But a double kill comes out on the back end of that from Leshrac. And they're up 5-0 now. Sal popped off on NS. He will survive through it. Windara trying to rotate up to try and help out his team, but not able to do so quickly enough, which of course is always going to be your problem when you're trying to match up with a Nature's Prophet. And they're going to put pressure on this tier 2 now. Glyph is not available. They do not have... Oh, they just popped off an Edict. So he did have an Edict, and here it goes. The tier 2 is going to drop within 5 minutes. And VP continue their dominance thus far against Team Omega. This is the second round of the Fnatic Raidcall. Dota 2, cup number 5. And McDeath comes right back into the middle lane like nothing happened. Windar did lose some opportunities. See, running up there, it was pretty futile, in my opinion. He could have stayed middle and probably just tried to farm. This is what I'm talking about. He needs to make the most of his last hitting opportunities. He's already behind. He is 8 for 4, while Nature's Prophet is 17 for 10. So not a place where he wants to be. And now we have an Invisible coming out from Wolfgang. In the bottom lane, he's going to jump on top of VIPs. He go ahead, popped his ultimate, but the Sunstrike coming in. He's going to take down Wolfgang. Well played by Invoker and Sand King. The natural combo you expect to see when you see those 2 heroes in conjunction. And they take down Brewmother easily. And now VIPs will get some time to try and catch up and farm as Brewmother is well ahead of him, 25 for 7. But action on the middle lane, it looks like the Courier is going to be the target as NS takes that down. McDeath, Airman, and NS all behind the tier 1 tower. And Windara has to make it out as quickly as possible. But now the tower is going to take pressure and go down momentarily as that Edict is level 2. So it's going to deal a ton of damage to it. And Glyph is available. Will they pop it off? They don't have any team in the area. So no, a third tower kill claim by VP. And while that kill was very important on top of Broodmother, like I said, she's still up on CS by about 19. So still doing a good job. Levels would be in favor of her slightly. And here it goes, pressure on the tier 2 in the middle lane. Glyph has to be popped for this one, you'd assume. But it's actually on cooldown. I was wrong. The other team has Glyph up. So excuse me for my mistake. And now Respect comes in, gets hit by the Split Earth though, and chained up with the stun from Sven. And there goes the Nature's Prophet. Oh, it takes him down with the Wrath of Nature. Oh, and nothing is going right for Vengeful Spirit in this one. We do see a little bit of rotation for VIPs, but he's going to go ahead and have to back off as the rest of the Dire squad, or the Radiant squad, are in the area. They're going to go ahead and look toward this tier 1 on the bottom lane now, and they're getting a tower per minute almost, as they go ahead and have all the Broodlings in the world, and they're going to put the pressure on this tier 1 in the bottom lane. Glyph will be up in a couple seconds, but it will not save this tower. Down it goes, and there just aren't levels to contest these pushes. They don't have enough farm or levels as they were dominating that top lane, and the gold isn't mounting from all the tower kills. Now, Tide is level 3, and you'd assume that one of the better measures for stopping the push is going to be having that Ravage available, but it will not be available still for a long time. They do have an epicenter, so that could be their other option, and they have to make a big one, which is going to be difficult without a Blink Dagger. But this pressure is just far too much. VIP's thinking about coming in here. The towers drop down to just above half health. Rav War and NS are both here. Now it's going to be a 4v4. There's one person on the top lane. It's going to be McDeath. We do have a stun coming out. VIPs puts themselves in harm's way. They're going to go ahead and throw out the stun. They're going to get Respect and Windara. And Windara's going to go down first. Respect goes down second. TPing in. McDeath takes down Sagan on the back end of it. And Demois is down. A 4-man team kill from VP. Well executed. And they have pretty much won this one. This game is in the bank in less than 8 minutes. They're going to take down the final outer base tower, which will be the 6th one for them. They're over 10,000 gold lead in less than 8 minutes. It is out of control. VP putting a whooping on Omega, and there's no polite way to phrase it. And of course, we do appreciate Omega coming out and participating in the tournament, but definitely struggle in this one. And any chance they have of getting back into it is going to be on the back end of those big ultimates. But like I said, they don't have Ravage available. Epicenter, it's going to be difficult to get off because of the way that VP are playing very forward on all their pushing attempts. And now they're going to go ahead and finish off this Roche. It's going to be uncontested. It looks like Sand King's going to look over in the general area. But is it going to make it in time? Ooh, he can if he pops up an epicenter on instinct. They don't have any wards to prove that they're there. And here he goes. He's just going to peek in and put himself in harm's way. And now VIPs may be in trouble yet again. Roche drops. The meteor comes down, but down goes Sand King. And now Windara is going to try and retreat out. Split Earth is available. He can try and stun him off. He's getting a lot of damage from the Edict. Windara going to tick down. The Split Earth does miss, but the Spawn Spiderling takes him out. And now the push is going to go on. They're going to try and break into the base. Broodmother with 3,000 gold in the bank. And here comes the bottom lane. Will be the first target. Meanwhile, the top lane still being split pushed by McDeath. He picks up a Dagon just to assert himself as the dominant player in this match. Dagon insult to injury. And as Omega are being piece by piece pulled apart. Enchantress even taking over melee creeps. And the tower's going to take some damage here. Level 3 Edict is available. And here it goes. Popped off. The tower is dropping down to around half health. Glyph is not available because it's just used in the last encounter. And the tier 3 tower in the bottom lane going to be claimed in 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Now they'll look to the melee barracks. VIPs trying to come in and create some opportunity. Epicenter is now on cooldown. I'm not sure when he used it. Must have been interrupted by someone because it surely didn't get off in the last team encounter. He melted. And the melee barracks is going to drop, and they're going to move their attention to the range barracks as VP destroy their opponents. And this is a little problematic for me because with all these quick games, we have longer waits before the next games, but I'm not going to complain too much about it because it has been exciting, an exciting 10 minutes. And now they're going to go ahead and focus on the middle barracks. Have to take down the tier 3 first, and will be a contest. Looks like Omega are going to do whatever they can to try and stop them from getting the second set of racks. McDeath, level 2 Dagon. You can't afford level 3 in a moment. So pick that up. And, with a level 3 Dagon, he could probably just one-shot Vengeful Spirit at 600 health. He definitely will give a run for her money. And that is not where you want to be in this game. I mean, there's not anything I can really say about it. There's no reason to overanalyze it. It looks like Omega were just outmatched a little bit by VP, and that's to be expected in the early rounds. And here comes the stun on top of NS. He's going to be in trouble in the middle of the fight, but Enchantress able to take down Invoker in return for that. MacD going to run out of the base. A lot of damage coming on the back end of Wolfgang. VIP is going to pop into that Sandstorm, and now another Imp is going to go on top of MacD, and he's going to be in trouble. He went ahead and popped his ultimate, almost put himself in harm's way. Had to be more careful with that. Spawn Spider just going to be spammed off here. Looks like Broodmother decided to pick up a Demon Edge just to add to her damage, which of course will help her with the pick-offs. This tower hasn't taken that much pressure on the top lane, so
Dire's top tower is under attack.
still going to require a little effort from VP to finish this off. Demois put himself in a little bit of a dangerous position forward, but it looks like Can't Defeat Airman has popped off the Edict, and it's going to take down this tier 3 in the middle. He backs off a little bit, and it will survive for a moment. Meteor coming out. It's not hit on anything. We have a Wild King gonna send in his Tornado. And now Wolfgang gonna pop into the base, finish off the tower, not let them deny it. And now Broodmother gonna just retreat out. There is no vision, and VIPs drops instantly. And now Demois is gonna be taken down. Broodmother gets that kill as well. Windara is going down. Respect. They don't respect you. Down he goes to the Imp, and MacD's just tries to get back to the well as quickly as possible as VP take down their second set of Raxes in this game of the Fnatic Raidcall Dota 2 Cup number 5. I'm NYJohn, your shoutcasting host. Thank you for tuning in. This one going all in favor of Virtus Pro. Strong play coming out from them. Now the tower's already down to half health on the top, and good game is called. VIPs very well mannered. Looks like